Hello everyone. Stoked to start our hackathon workshop series. We have got Harshvardhan Bajoria, a super cool ST intern at Unstop and a GitHub campus expert, here to guide you through an awesome world of Git and GitHub. In today's session is all about unlocking the power of GitHub with the student developers pack. Harshvardhan will break down all about Git and GitHub, and also we will explore GitHub Codespaces, Copilot, and how to manage collaborators. So buckle up and get ready to ask ton of questions, and let's make this the most epic hackathon prep ever. Over to you, sir.
I'm your host for today. I'll be talking about for your screen. So, hello everyone. A little bit about me, which has already been told to all of you. I'm an SDN product intern at Unstop, 6-time Microsoft certified, GitHub Campus expert. I have a GitHub code in case you wish to connect with me. It contains link to my LinkedIn and Twitter, so you can be part of programs where you can be part of. I think I'm having some. Let me just connect with YouTube so that I can also know what's going on. Cool. Hello everyone. In case you don't, you can go to github.com and create one. That's the only prerequisite. And yes, taste of learning, like you wish to learn today and make something out of this workshop. That's the only requirement that we have for today. That's it. So first of all, we need a version control system that is free and open source. Now you might say, okay, but what are these two big terms, version control system and open source? Okay, open source is a hype term, which is roundabout. Everyone knows about it. If you don't, I'm going to cover it right now. Let's learn one by one. What is version control? Version control is made up of three things: content, teams, and agility. By content, we mean that it helps you keep track of the complete history. Now, you might say, what do you mean by complete history? Suppose you are deleting, suppose you are modifying, suppose you are adding a new content, or you're just doing something with it. It keeps track of each and everything. Now, you might ask me, okay, that sounds pretty good, but is it that it's only keeping track of a particular type of content? Is it only text file or is it only docs? No, it's not. It's keeping track of all the type of content as you can see in the illustration over here. Audio, images, text, video, each and everything is being tracked by Git. Now, coming to teams, it allows you to have collaborate with your members effectively so that you can build an innovation that can help you win. It allows you to have communication and reviews so that you are allowed to exchange feedbacks rapidly and then bring in agility, the third part of it, which is to adapt quickly to any change. You can easily test, fix, or undo any change that you want using version control system. Now, you might say, okay, so version control helps me keep track of my content's history, help me collaborate with my team, and therefore help me adapt quickly to any change that's possible by easily testing, fix, or undoing any change, thus bringing agility to my team. That sounds good. Now, what is open source? Open source softwares are softwares whose source code can be accessed by anyone. So let's say you are working on a new project and you wish to you wish that everyone could be able to see the code of it. Then it's called open source. Open source is simply like the source is open, anyone can see it. They can suggest changes, they can modify it if they like, if it's good, if it's for a good purpose, obviously. Anyone can make announcement, push it back so that everyone can use it. Some examples are Linux, Android, which I hope 90% of you use, and VLC Media Player, almost 99% of the people use it for watching their movies. So all these three are open source products out there. Now let's go back and understand what is Git. Now you will be able to relate. Git is a distributed version control system. That means Git is a version control system which allows you to track the content, collaborate with your team, and also bring agility into your system. It's free and it's open source. That means its code is available somewhere where you can access it. It has been used for many small and large scale projects like Linux. And Git is obviously very important if you want to use it to build open source projects or during hackathon where you want to upload your projects on GitHub. Now you might say, okay, we are talking about Git. Where can I find Git? Let's have a look. So go to Chrome, once Git is installed, you can check it using the command prompt. Hyphen version. You get a message like Git version 2.43 or any other version that you have in your system. That means Git has been successfully installed. Now, once Git is installed, you will ask me, how do I keep track of all the content? How do I bring agility into my system? How do I actually collaborate with my team? Suppose this is your hackathon project that you are building in Hacks. Now, what you want to do is team and bring agility. That is, if you want to undo any change, you can do it easily. What you can do is click over here. This is a shortcut, and just type in Codespace and prompt with your address of that particular folder. Just do it and see users HTTP download/AI translation app. Very first step that you will do is type in. Now you might say, okay, but what is this .git folder? And what is the version? Like all the history that you are storing will be getting stored. It uses a graph cycle, which we'll look into later. Move .git switching off and I hope my screen is visible. And let's move forward. So in this class photograph, what you stand in a queue and wait for your turn. So when your turn to come up so that their photo can be taken. What happens? When you're waiting, you are in the working tree. So when you're in the working tree, just a second. So you enter the line and then you stand up to the stage when you are being called. So this are your friends standing on the stage waiting for the photographer to say cheese. Then when the photographer says cheese, we take a photo. Now in that particular photo, what you get at that particular moment when the photographer clicked the shutter button, you got everything. What was the weather outside? What were the environment outside? How were you standing? What were your emotions on the face? What were you doing? Each and everything at that particular second or at that particular moment, right? So this is our photo. Now what you do? You take an album, paste it out there, and put a label: class 7A, class 10A, class 12A, or something like that, right? Now that becomes your local repository. Cool. Now you got like your school days. Now let's come back and have a look at how the locations of GitHub work in our case. What happens is, this are my these are classmates, and maybe this is stupid, but yes, just imagine. So this is me, and then what I do, I want to take them on the stage. How can I take them on the stage? First of all, you have to make them line up, right? So we have made them line up using Git init. Now it's in the working tree. How you can know about it? Untracked files, nothing added to commit. So this means all of them are in the working tree, which is standing in the line. Now you want to see the files. So let's type in git add dot. Dot means all the files will be taken together. So when I type git add dot and then I do git status, it's like a teacher saying, tell me the status. As you can see out here, it shows me it in green and says changes to be committed. So our files are staged. Okay, now it's like the students are standing on the stage. Now, who's the photographer? The photographer is Git. He or she wants to take the photo. So you type in git commit minus m, that stands for message, and the message out here, which is the label, like class 7A, class 12A. Now remember, we give a meaningful name, that it's class 7A, class 12A, class 9A for our photographs. Similarly, we'll give a meaningful name to our commit, which is this particular photo. So I'm just naming it as initial version and just wait for it. As you can see, and now if I type git status after your photo, what you do? You leave the stage, there's nothing there. So it says nothing to commit, working tree is clean. Cool. Now our local repository is ready. But how can I check out my local repository? For that, the command is git log. Is having much more details. It has your commit SHA. Now, what do I mean by SHA? It's a unique code which is generated for you, and it's so you can just access this particular commit using this. Cool. This is the author name, like who has created this commit. So it's me, my email ID. Now you might say, okay, but what is the so move? Okay, let me just delete it. Delete it, recognize it, and store it automatically. No, it will recognize it, but it won't store it automatically. And therefore, if I type get status, it will say it's in line, but it hasn't been stored. So for that, you remember the command git add dot and then git commit minus m deleted git attributes. Online, I don't want such detailed information out there. So I get it. But then I realize, no, it's a mistake. And it's an hackathon time. You don't have the whole 1 week or 1 month. You have only 36 hours for it. What you can do? Should I write it again or should I just ask my friend to write it or some XYZ thing? What you can do is use agility, which I talked about. You can undo any change. But how? I want to get back to this version of me. Just copy this and just type in git reset hyphen hard and paste this. Now it says head is now at this. And if you go back out here, that's the power of Git, and that's how you can use it in hackathons to get back your stuff in case you make some mistake. But remember, it's like a linked list. So if you are linked between, all the next changes also get disappeared. So remember that. Now that sounds cool. It helps you this where the changes being made and therefore it will help the organizer know it better. Use it. Remote repository is where you are storing everything remotely. So it's like your Instagram, Facebook, Google Drive. Everyone can access it and it's stored remotely in the cloud so that it can be accessed. Sounds good? Now this is about photos and your videos. What about our code for GitLab bucket? This is well known out there. Now, okay, that sounds good. But GitHub. So let's understand what a development platform that enables you to host and review code, manage projects, and build software alongside 50 million developers. Okay. Got it. It's like you can store the code, everyone can access it. But how does it look? How does it work? Let me show you how it's done. So you did the first step of it. You got this Git part. Let me clear the screen. But now you, sorry. So for clearing you type CLS and clears the terminal. So now you want to store it on GitHub. So you go to GitHub. But how does GitHub look? So when you go to github.com, it looks something like this. Quite cool
to 9 p.m. Thank you so much.